If you're looking for a dog trainer here in Ocala, you know it can make all the difference in the world. So let's walk through how to pick the right person so you and your dog can really enjoy everything this part of Florida has to offer, and do it with confidence.
Really, the whole point of this is to help you and your dog build an even stronger partnership. You know, when your dog is well trained, every outing is just so much more enjoyable for everyone, whether it's just a quiet walk or you're out at a busy event.
All right, so first things first, let's talk about the local landscape. You have to understand Ocala's specific environment because that's what really shapes the skills your dog is going to need.
I mean, just look at the variety here. One day you might find yourself at the downtown farmer's market, and the very next you could be on a quiet rural road passing by horses. A well-prepared Ocala dog needs to be calm and totally comfortable in both of those situations, handling that unique mix of town and country life we have here.
Now, before you even start looking for a trainer, it's a really good idea to figure out your own goals. What are you actually trying to accomplish here? Let's take a look at some of the common options.
The format you end up choosing really comes down to what you're dealing with. For instance, in-home private lessons, they're perfect for working on things that happen right inside your house, like jumping on guests. But on the flip side, group classes are fantastic for practicing focus and good manners when other dogs and people are around.
Okay, so take a look at this list. Does anything here jump out at you? Maybe it's the leash pulling on your walks through the neighborhood, or perhaps some barking that's just getting a little too much. If you can pick one or two main priorities, it's going to make your search for the right trainer so much more focused.
So, you've got your goals in mind. Now, how do you actually pick the right professional? This part is all about finding a trainer who has the right skills and uses the right methods for both you and your dog.
This right here is probably the most important thing to look for. Positive reinforcement isn't just a trendy term. It's a real training method that's all about rewarding the behavior you want, like giving a treat for a sit, instead of punishing what you don't want. It's an approach that builds trust, makes learning fun for your dog, and gives you results that actually stick around.
I know, these letters can feel a bit like alphabet soup, but they matter. A credential like CPDTKA, for example, means a trainer has actually passed a big exam on learning theory and ethics. It shows they've met professional standards and that they're committed to keeping up with their field, which is a great sign of their expertise.
Think of this as your simple checklist. First, you'll want to confirm they use positive, reward-based methods. Second, look for those credentials we just mentioned. Third, get some key questions ready to ask them. And fourth, make sure you totally understand their training plan and how they're going to track your dog's progress.
This is such a great question to ask any trainer you're considering. Their answer is going to tell you if they've really thought about Ocala's unique environment. You know, do they have a plan to teach your dog to stay calm when you see horses on a walk? Can they help you get ready for a stroll through a busy park? The program they offer should fit your life right here.
Let's talk money for a second. As you can see from this chart, the costs can really vary. A board and train program that lasts a few weeks is a pretty big investment, but group puppy classes are much more affordable. This should give you a pretty realistic picture of what to budget for different kinds of training here in Marion County.
Now, being a responsible dog owner is about more than just training. It also means you gotta know the local rules here in Ocala and Marion County. It's a key part of the whole package.
Here's a simple but really important one to remember. When you're in public parks or at community events, your dog needs to be on a leash, and the standard length is 6 feet. It's usually best to just leave those retractable leashes at home for these kinds of outings. A standard leash gives you way more safety and control. And here are just a few other key things to keep in mind. All dogs in Marion County have to be licensed every year, and they must have a current rabies vaccination. Also, remember that excessive barking isn't just a training issue. Under our local ordinances, it can actually be considered a public nuisance. All right, once you started training, you're going to need places to practice all those new skills out in the real world. And the good news is, Ocala has some really excellent spots for that. This is where it all starts to click. You can take what you're learning and apply it directly in these local spots. You could head over to Tuscaloosa Park to work on polite greetings, or use the big open space at Gervais Gant Park to build a really solid recall. Shalom Park is just perfect for practicing calm leash walking, and the National Forest, that's an amazing place for more advanced obedience work. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Investing in good training just opens up a whole world of things you can do together. It means you can have a companion who's a true pleasure to be around, whether you're relaxing at home, visiting friends, or out exploring the beautiful parks and trails we have all over Marion County. I wish you the very best in building that wonderful life with your dog.